G'day guys, Mark here again. Another bit of a chat video. This one is about firearms, and it's about, as sort of mentions in the title, why do you shoot? And this is, I suppose, to qualify that a little bit, what that question is. There's lots of reasons, be it legal or be it rights or be it whatever it is, as to why guns, we should be able to have guns and owning guns and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, listen, that's its own conversation. This video I want to do here, and I'd like to see what everyone's got to say, is why you shoot, what it is. Yes, that might be part to do with why you have to have guns or why you have your guns, that type of thing. But is why you shoot. So what do you get out of it? What does it do for you? And now that's going to be, for some people, it's going to be, it's part of how I feed my family. It's part of how I got it to protect myself. It's got it because I'm in competition and I like competitions. It's going to be something that I simply enjoy doing. All the different bits and pieces that go with that. I suppose to give a better grip on what I'm actually chasing there is why do we shoot? Why do me and Sam shoot? What do we get out of it? And why is it very important to us? As I'm sure it is to most people, are going to put their comments down below as to why you shoot. For us, listen, it's I suppose it started in a place. It's always been something that has made sense to me, as for me personally, as a man, as the protector, as a accomplish or skills, what value, I suppose, be that in most of the hunting equipment, but also the protector, all that sort of stuff. The firearm seemed to be, or was attractive as a sensible thing to not only have, but be able to use proficiently, be able to use functionally, be able to do whatever you need to do with it. Part of being an Aussie boy in the 60s, that had an attraction to it. So I suppose even from way back then, and yes, I'm over 60 years old, it mattered to me on that sort of level. As for us now, and as we move forward, well, Sam grew up on a farm, so firearms were part of what that was, whether it was pest control or it was the hunting side of things with feeding dogs or that sort of stuff, was all stuff that would have been relevant in that, in all farms area in Western Australia, in inland Western Australia. And I was involved in that. I grew up in a country town, but I was very much part of farming as well, and so there were firearms around me as well. But as for now, what we use firearms for, and all the different reasons and why they're very important to us, is a multitude of reasons. From what you know us on the channel, our long range shooting, our extreme long range shooting, is definitely a passion, but it is this job in one sense. So we do, it's part of our channel. It's part of how we create a channel, which doesn't earn a whole lot, but it is certainly, it fills a need in the way of to accomplish stuff, and to put forward with whether that's helping people understand about this sort of stuff. There's needs that are filled by teaching, by explaining, by showing off, by just the effort it takes for us to go out and do the long range shooting by itself. Even without the video side of things, it very much suits our sort of characters, at what we want to do, the needs that we want. Where Sam very much oversees the situation, is looking after things in the fashion of what's going on in his spotter job, but also in the way of helping with making it all happen. Our job, organising together, we've always worked together. So this is a pastime that fills that very much so, where we both have, where me a bit more technical and about the firearm and about the loading and that side of thing, and Sam about the spotting and the communicating and all the other bits and pieces that go to organising us, from when the shoot's going to be, to organising the people that need to be informed, to packing the vehicle, to all the bits and pieces, each one dotting each other's I's and crossing each other's T's, is how our job happens on that sort of stuff. So it feels a very important need for us of what we like to be able to do with each other, for each other, and creates the channel side of it. But that's just the extreme long range and the video side of our thing. We also relax with plinking a 22. We have a little competition, or it's not really a competition at all. It's generally a little game of tic-tac-toe, or a little FTC target, where we go along to put that out a little bit too far. The tic-tac-toe with soda cans, pop cans, Coke cans, whatever you want to call them, all the different things that people call the fizzy drink cans, out at about 140 yards, and we play a little game tic-tac-toe. Very much not about who wins. That's not what it is. It's more about just being there for each other and being able to have that little thing. It's a fun little thing to do that we get to do on a wind down at the end of the week. And then we have our range stuff where we go to our club and we use our handguns in various forms, from metal silhouette, which is shooting revolvers out to 100 meters on metal silhouettes, to our prac and our other bits and pieces. We use handguns and semi-automatic handguns and pump action shotguns and that side of things. And that fills a couple of things. There's a whole group side of things where we're with a bunch of people, and there's a club, so there's interactions, that sort of stuff. So it's something like any other club, whether it's a knitting club or it's a cricket club or it's a shooting club or it's a skydiving club, whatever it is. There's relationships and there's people you're going to see. So an important need for most civilized humans. But there's also the skill-based needs that are there. Being proficient with action, firearms, that side of things. In the honest truth, it's not something that I ever hope to have to need, but I would much rather that both of us are proficient at being able to protect or defend in whatever form we need with that sort of tool. Very important to be able to do that in just the mindset of things. Not that it is something that is likely to happen, but I'd much rather be the people that go forward with we were prepared for something, that we were prepared, we had the skills, we had the abilities, that type of thing, and never had to use it, rather than end up going to a place where I'm completely out of my depth and things went really wrong and I just didn't expect it was going to happen. So that's a bit of a mindset thing, but it's really also, I think, just a very practical approach to life. And there's so many other things we do that as well. You don't just learn how to drive a car so you can just drive it straight down the road and stop neatly. You might want to know what happens when it starts to slide its wheels, or it gets into a bit of a brake skid or something, or you get a flat tire. You might not want to have the skill to be able to deal with it in the worst situation, which makes you more comfortable using it in the best situation. So I suppose that's and there's probably another hour of talk I can say about what they mean to us, but they mean a lot to us. But I know just as well they mean a lot to you guys too. So this video, the thought of this video is really more about your comments and about what you've got to say as to not why you have to have the firearm, or why the government shouldn't take away, or why the other side, the anti-gun people, are wrong. That's not this conversation. This conversation is why you shoot, what you get out of shooting, what it is to you. And I know it is a lot to some people. It's some people's whole lives in a very positive and passionate way. And listen, it may just be putting food, making the dollar go far enough, and putting food on your family's table, and everything in between. Competition guys, everyone. What drives you, and what is the great thing that you get out of being able to shoot? So anyway, comments down below. Let us know what you think. Let us know what your deal is. Look forward to reading them. Thank you very much for checking in, and we'll catch you next time.